Ready? Alright, Shalom, Israel. Where the Hebrew Israelites will come in week out to prophesy downfall to the kingdom. And we give double honors to the elders and apostles in Israel that rule well and teach well, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, which are you Akim out there and you Akwas that are during these last days, man. But with that, we're going to face the east and give all praise for Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Muhammad, Rukah, Kudash. Alright, and today's lesson is going to be talking about a woman with travail, right?
Right, it's going to be talking about, you know, the fact that Israel, obviously, when you read Revelation 12 and 1, it tells you about, can someone bring Revelation 12 and 1 quickly?
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 1.
Bring that out.
And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet,
right,
and upon her head a crown of 12 stars.
Right, bring that, verse 2. Verse
2, and she being with child cried, travailing in birth,
right,
and pain to be delivered.
That's right. So that's about, you know, Yahushai, all right, Yahushai, you know, coming to suffer for us, all right. But then Yahushai is the first fruit. So therefore, the men of the Lord, you know, and all Israel, because really, Yahushai is the leader of Israel, all right. Wherever he's the 2/3 or the 1/3, including the 1/4, Yahweh is the big brother of Israel. Because if it wasn't for Israel, the 2/3 wouldn't even be going back to the kingdom, and even if they live lowly, they're gonna be better than the heathens. That's because of Yahushai. All right. So what did he do? He died for us. There was pain. All right. So Israel, which is the woman, felt the pain as well, and we felt the penalty to this day. But now, when you read Micah 4, go to Micah 4. It tells you about the fact that the Most High made us pay for that, and that it will be the end. We won't be able to go through the pain again. But before that, there's one more pain that's coming, which is the Jacob trouble. So we talk about that, and then we'll talk about, you know, the fact that tribulation is part of him, eh? If he's gonna be, you know, if he's gonna be a king forever, you're gonna, like they say, you have to pay the price to be the boss. All right. So that's what we're going through right now. We're paying the price to become bosses. Read Micah 4, 8 and 10. 8 to 10. Micah 4, 8 to 10.
Chapter 4 and verse 8.
Bring that out.
And thou, O tower of the flock, the stronghold of the daughter of Zion, unto thee shall it come, even the first dominion, the Malakwa, shall come to the door of Jerusalem.
Right.
Now, why?
So the first dominion shall come. So we're gonna dominate the world, you know, very soon. Carry on.
Verse 9. Now, why dost thou cry out aloud? Is there no king indeed?
Right. Is there, you know, because right now you can see we without kings, and our so-called kings, they're sold out to who? To Esau, for them to make the money, whether it's in West Africa, the Caribbean, or in America, or South America. They all have to stretch their hand to who? Esau, the devil, man. Right? So he said, where's your king? That means a people without a king is a people that will never have sovereignty, because to be sovereign, you need a king. Okay? For the sheep to know where they're going, to go to the green, you know, they need a shepherd. We don't have any shepherd right now. Therefore, we like the woman prevailing, man. Though a kingdom is coming for us. Carry on, my brother.
Is thy counselor perished?
Right.
For pangs have taken thee as a woman in
For
travail.
pangs are taking thee as a woman in travail, man. So that's what we're going through as Yasharallah. We're going through that pain. But that pain is necessary. And what does he say again? That's verse 9, isn't it?
Verse 9.
Read verse 10.
Verse 10. Be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt go even to Babylon.
Right. So that's talk about, hey, that's a prophecy about us coming to Babylon, man. From the city to the field. West Africa was a very, very strong place, man. We had kingdom. We went from city to field. What happened? We fled from Jerusalem to what? The interior of West Africa, which were the forests.
Yeah.
So from us being in our city, we fled into the field. Again, we're taken to Babylon. See, that's prophecy right there. Carry on.
There shalt thou be delivered.
There shall thou be delivered. That's the deliverance that's coming. Carry on.
There the Lord shall redeem thee from the hand of thy enemies.
Right. Esau. Yeah.
Now also many nations are gathered against thee,
Right.
that say, let her be defiled, and let our eye look upon Zion.
So that's the beginning of us going through our tribulation, right? But we read in verse 9 about the pains, about the birth pains. The birth pains, okay, would then birth our dominion. But before that, we're gonna have to go through our tribulation. So does someone go to if someone wanna break it down, bro? Does someone have a precept? You have a precept, do you wanna break it down? Bring out.
This is Matthew chapter 10 starting at verse 22. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. But when they persecute you in the city, flee ye into another. For verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man come. The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant is above his Lord. It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master, and the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them for his household?
Right, break that down, man.
That's pretty much going into that we're gonna have to suffer the same persecution that Yahushua suffered, because he's the master, we're the servants.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because he's the master, we're the servants, so we're gonna have to go through the same thing like Yahushua went through, because Yahushua had to go through these things in order to inherit the throne. And that's what Yahushua went through. What Yahushua went through is what the elect part of the nation of Israel is gonna have to go through in order to inherit the throne as joint heirs with Yahushua. It's the same concept. That's why he's the king. And
What are you selling, boss? What are you selling?
I'm selling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's this about? Can someone bring Isaiah 55, please? We're going to tell you what this is about, yeah? Isaiah 55.
And what?
Isaiah 55, start at 6, 6 and 7.
Chapter 55 and verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found, call ye upon him while he is near.
Right, so seek ye the Lord while he may be found, calling upon him while he may be near. So right now, our people, first of all, we are the Israelites of the Bible. What country are you from?
Nigeria.
Right, so Nigerian for the most part are Hebrew Israelite. So now the Most High is calling you, all right, the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, yes, the Creator, the God of Israel.
God of the Bible.
Is the God of the Bible is calling you because you are his child and he's being the judge. He left us a law, a set a law that we're supposed to keep. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Okay. God bless you. All right, carry on, man. That's the thing about our people. We already know.
No, we know. I know. I just need to find out.
Okay, but you're a Hebrew Israelite. You're a Hebrew Israelite. In case you didn't know, you are a Hebrew Israelite.
You can give him the leaflet if you want to.
Do you? I didn't know if I don't even know if I have the leaflet. I don't even know if I have the leaflet. I probably left it. Yeah, let's get back. Yeah. So you will break it down. Read it again. Break it down. Read it again.
I was pretty much done breaking it down.
Huh?
I was pretty much done breaking it down.
You break it down. All right. Calm. All right. So do you have a precept? Bring that precept.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 10.
Bring that out.
Reads, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake,
Right.
for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
So
Bring that out.
So that's Yahushua talking, you know. Like what the brother said, he had to go through massive persecution. You know, he had to die for our sake, for the prince of Israel. You know, so that's him saying that people are in the truth. And also, if you are preaching the gospel of Yahushua, etc., you're going to be persecuted. You're going to be persecuted. And you're going to be hated by the world. You know, you're going to be hated by the world for Yahushua's name's sake, as he's mentioned a couple of times. Yeah. So, but the great thing is, it says that your reward is the kingdom of heaven. So that's.
Somebody probably got stabbed or something like that. Somebody got done. Man. Somebody got done.
So that's Yahushua talking. and you're going to be persecuted for righteousness' sake, i.e. spreading forth the gospel, spreading forth the message of the truth of this book, you know. And again, that's something that Yahushua had to go through. But the good thing is, Yahushua mentioned that the reward is the kingdom of heaven. That's something that we obviously got to look forward to, and obviously make sure that we're in the right spirit, and obviously be well prepared for it. Make sure we're part of the elect.
That's right.
By the Most High's willing.
Right. Shalom, sister. Yeah, you're listening to the word. You know, is there any question you would like to ask before we carry on, or you just like listening to it while waiting for your bus?
Yeah, just listen.
That's right. You see the spirit. All right, listen to it. All right, let's go.
Right?
Yeah, bring her out.
It's the Apocrypha. This is the Esther, chapter 14 and verse 11.
Right.
O Yahweh, Hashem Hamashiach Yahushai.
I like wait for a bit, man. Today is madness, man. And that's nothing compared to what's coming, man. It's gonna be chaos before the end. It's gonna be chaos, man. Bring that out.
This is the book of this is the Esther, chapter 14 and verse 11. O Lord, give not thy scepter unto them that be nothing.
Right.
And let them not laugh at our fall.
Right.
But turn their device upon themselves.
That's right.
And make him an example that have begun this against us.
That's right.
Yeah, so the Most High is going to make Esau an example. That's why it tells you in Romans chapter 9 and 17 how, you know, it's the same purpose of Pharaoh.
Right.
That's the whole reason he's raised them up.
That's right.
So Esau is going to be made an example. You know, and how is he going to be made an example? By, you know, the Most High giving him all this power to break him down, man. Okay.
That's right. And also, the Most High will give him the power. I was reading the precept and I completely forgot. That precept was talking about the Most High will now give the power to the enemy to come against Israel. You know, near the end. You know, but obviously we're talking about the birth things. Okay, the fact that, you know, we're gonna have to go through tribulation before we get to the kingdom, man. And that's the time that's coming with the Vanessa, with the job, the JAB, with the portion, okay, that they're bringing. Okay, madam, have you taken the portion? Have you taken the portion? Yes. See, that's the spirit. People shouldn't take it, man, because people talk about, oh, you know, the medical downside. Let's take away the medical downside, right? Spiritually, this is something that's spiritual, man. People have heard about, you know, the mark, okay? You know, the mark of the BEAST, okay, the MOTB, and they think it's a joke, but this is where we're going to. If you're in church and people tell you about the MOTB, about that mark, right? Do you think the devil will come and present himself and say, there you go, I have the MARK, take it? No, he's going to find ways to blind you. So he started with what? Hey, someone got knocked, man. Someone got knocked. Someone got knocked today, man. Someone got knocked today, man. So he's going to find a way, okay, to make you worship his image, and the Bible that speaks of his image. Can someone bring Revelation 13? Let's build the sister quickly before we carry on. Revelation 13, 16 and 17, and someone hold Revelation 20 and 4. Let's build the sister because she haven't taken the portion, huh?
There's still like one.
All right, cool. That's fine.
I see you guys are Brixton.
Yeah, that's my brothers. That's my brothers. Yeah, that's my brothers. Yeah, like Malak, let's go.
Can I give her a card?
Mark, I don't even know where I put my today. I don't know. Today is a bad day, man. My card and everything. Yeah, I got my card, man. Next time.
Give it.
No, don't worry. Too late.
Yeah?
Next time, I got it
Okay,
here.
yeah?
Yeah.
This is the book of Additions to Esther, chapter 14 and verse 11.
Bring that out.
O Lord, give not thy scepter unto them that be nothing.
Right.
And let them not laugh at our fool, but turn their device upon themselves and make him an example that have begun this against us. Remember, O Lord, make thyself known in the time of our affliction, and give me boldness, O King of the nations, and Lord of all power.
Break it down.
Yeah, so, you know, the Most High will give us the spirit of boldness in that day when Esau comes in, man. Just like when the Roman centurions came over that day, we had a spirit of boldness, because the brother continued to prophesy whilst, you know, there, man. You know?
What's going on, man?
This the verse I wanted to
It's annoying.
This is
Huh?
the key point. And this is Esther 14 and 13. Give me eloquent speech in my mouth before the lion turn his heart to hate. Him that fighteth against us, that there may be an end of him and of all that are like-minded of him.
That's right. And
yeah.
carry on, my brother.
I was going to say eloquent speech, and you know how the brother handled the situation was, you know, you basically told that the people, like, you know, we're preachers,
Right.
You know, and you know, it could have led to something if you gave him like a different, like a hardcore
Like different
response.
energy.
But you know, the Most High pointed Smith to give eloquent speech to speak to him to where they had nothing to do but to go, man.
But the brother as well reacted in the record. They carry on speaking.
Yeah.
They carry on speaking. You know what I'm saying? Despite the fact that they were healed. But that's just like the prelude of what's going to happen. Now, do you have a precept? Someone have a precept? Bring that out. Bring that out.
This is Matthew chapter 25, starting at verse 1.
Bring that out.
Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins,
Right.
which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took their oil in their vessels with their lamps, while the bridegroom tarried. They all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered and said, Not so, lest there be enough for us, and you. But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. So that's basically going into the bridegroom. It's talking about Hamashiach, and the 10 virgins are talking about the nation of Israel.
Should move up a bit.
Yeah.
It's going to be too noisy here.
Should I read the precept?
Yeah, read that again, yeah.
It says Matthew chapter 25, starting at verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 of them were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them, but the wise took oil in their lamps. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps, while the bridegroom tarried. They all slumbered and slept. So the bridegroom that's tarried, that's basically talking about Yahushua. Yahushua's waiting for his elect. And when it's talking about the oil, it's talking about this wisdom, understanding and knowledge. So when the Most High gives you the understanding of the scriptures, it's up to you to make the light shine forth among men. That's why I give them the wisdom, understanding and knowledge of the Most High. And really walking in the spirit of the Most High, and walking in the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And you don't want to be a part of the 5 that were foolish. The 5 that were foolish, they're not a part of the elect. The 5 that are wise, they're a part of the elect. The 5 that are foolish, well, they're the ones that, you know, they're 2/3, and they're the ones that don't know the true name of the Most High Yahweh, and the one, his son's name Yahushua. You know, they don't really walk with the spirit. They know that they understand that they're Israelites, but they're not allowing their light to shine among men, and that's the difference. And you know, they might not necessarily have the right doctrine. They might have a prideful spirit. You know, the way they carry themselves is in complete contrary to the elect. And yeah, that's pretty much the doctrine. Exactly.
Yeah, I've got a precept regarding what you're saying. Bear with me. Yeah. I'll read it, you can carry on it. Roman 10 and I'll get that. Roman 10 and 2. Chilakia. The book of Romans, chapter 10 and verse 2. And he reads, For I bear them record that they have a zeal of Yahweh, but not according to knowledge. Because it's like a lot of the guys in church and the other pastors, like you say, they have a strong spirit. That's what you say, right? So they have the zeal. They're very confident, even in the word. Listen, a lot of these Jake in the word, the talent was given to them by the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, you know. So they have a strong spirit, but not according to knowledge, meaning they don't have Yahweh. The men of the Lord, they have Yahweh. And our role is to bring that vibration of Yahweh, so that not for the two-third. That's why sometimes when we out here, we see them walking by, I can talk to them, you know, because that's just me. But are they going to listen? No. If it's not for them, they're not going to listen. It's only for the elect, man.
Only for elect. Talking about the zeal that has, they have a zeal not according to knowledge. You know, we're looking at that material, the evil tribe.
That's right. You see that? You see that?
You know,
bring that out.
We saw like the whole like material had lions on it. And you know, the background of the material was red.
Right.
And red is like Judah's color.
Right.
But you know, they don't even know that represents Judah.
That's right.
But that represents Judah.
That's
so
right.
They have
That's
a
right.
seal according to.
Yeah.
So,
But it's not a portion to get that. So what we have is a beautiful thing, but we've been trial in the furnace of adversity, man. Because if the kingdom's gonna be given to you eternally, you're gonna have to pay a price. Yahweh Shai did pay a price, man. When you read Daniel 7, it shows you how, you know, after Yahweh Shai got taken by, you know, the chariot into the heavens, the Most High had like a big, you know, like he got everything ready to receive his son and gave him the glory. So when we read, at some point, we're going to read a precept saying that if we suffer with him, then,
also the glorified.
Yeah, let me see.
Romans 8. I think it's 16 or something.
We will find it. We should find it at some point, man. We will find it. It said, if you, let me check it. If we suffer,
18.
read it. Bring that out. Let me see if I.
Romans chapter 8 and verse 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
That's right.
So,
yeah, can someone get 2 Timothy? Read that again. But can someone get 2 Timothy 2 and 12? 2 Timothy 2 and 12.
Romans 8 and 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
Right. So, although we're going through the pain that we're going through right now, and we will go through right now, it's not compared. We can't compare it to the glory that we're gonna have, man. Brothers, this is serious business, man. Look, you had like the Taliban when they took control of that area where they live, wherever they're living, yeah, Afghanistan or whatever. When they chased they didn't even know how to manipulate the technology that the old regime left for them, man. They just, you know, stepped into big houses, you know, they found millions of dollars in suitcases, in briefcases, in certain houses. Okay? So imagine what we're gonna have when we get in the kingdom, man. This is serious business. This is not a joke. When I think about that, man, nothing can, Yahweh Ratazah, nothing gonna break us down, because we need to get that, man. But if you look at our life, we went through suffering. A lot of people enjoying their life. We here working, like being a spectacle. People looking at us thinking that we're losers.
Yeah.
So we, you know, carry on, my brother.
The word spectacle means a public show.
That's right.
You know, so to the public, you know, we are a show to them. You know, so that shows you that, like the brother was saying, that we're a spectacle, man.
Right. So this is serious business, man. Because a lot of us, we lost a lot of things because of this truth. So am I now gonna be a double loser? Think about it. Sometimes we have to think about it, brothers. Are we gonna be, or are we gonna allow ourselves to be double losers? We lost. We right now we're losers. They're calling us losers right now. So am I then losing this battle only to lose the next to come, don't make sense. So I might as well go hard, I might as well go crazy, you know, for this truth, man. You know what I mean?
It only makes sense because even when you see a lot of these Israelite camps that get a lot of views, a lot of those views are coming from people that just watch it for entertainment, not watching it for any real edification because they're entertained by it. They're like, look at what they're wearing, or look at what they're saying. Yeah, well, I mean, they find it hilarious, you know, and they're not really taking what's being said. They're not really taking it serious, and that goes back to being a spectacle. It just goes back to ancient Rome as well. The gladiators. A lot of the gladiators in Israel are people that were put into slavery and they were made to be a spectacle in the Colosseum. That's pretty
Come on, that's powerful, man. Yes, read that 2 Timothy 2 and 12, man. You know?
2 Timothy chapter 2 starting at verse 12. If we suffer, we shall also reign with them.
If we suffer, we shall also reign with
them. I mean, with him.
With him. Yeah. With Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Yes. So let's go. You know? All these issues that we have amongst brothers, all these trouble and tribulation that we're going through, you know, all of that is naturally compared to what's coming when the Most High restores us, man. Back to how us being king. When the Most High started the coronation ceremony when he distributing, you know, the crown. That's the second Ezra's. Is it 2 and 43 to 47, man? So we have to go through it. The pain, the birth pain, to me, is necessary. Okay? To me, it's necessary. Now we're gonna go into we're gonna start with
Let me just finish this precept.
Salakia.
If we deny him, he also will deny us. If we believe not, yet he abide the faithful, he cannot deny himself.
Right. So read that again.
So this is 2 Timothy chapter 2 starting at verse 12. If we suffer, we shall also reign with him.
Right, if we suffer, we shall also reign with him. So obviously that's self-explanatory. We don't have to go too much deep in that. The Most High making it clear, man. You know, the way for us to make it is to suffer because he suffered. Now you might ask yourself a question, or you might try to ask and say to yourself, why do we have to suffer to get it? But even in this realm, people suffer to make it, man. The Millionaire Sacrifice, have you heard of it? Have you heard of the Millionaire Sacrifice? Sometimes they sleep 5 hours a day. You know, they don't get to see the family like that, because they're all over the place. You know, because for you to make money, your network is your net worth, right? Your net worth is your net worth. Meaning, like, for you to make a certain amount of money, you gotta be around certain people. So they're the one that will show you, open the doors for you. So if someone is in Belgium, you're gonna have to take the 3 o'clock in the morning. You have to go, in the airport, get there, boom, go somewhere. You haven't even slept properly. You have to go, do it, come back. All of that.
I'm gonna say that. Let's say, for instance, someone goes to like a university. Obviously, university is crap and nonsense, but this is the real university. Someone goes to university. They ain't gonna put you inside a classroom where someone is studying computer and then studying art and then studying studying chemistry. They're gonna put like-minded people in that classroom focused on that subject.
Right.
So in this truth, you have to hang around like-minded individuals that have that like mind of focusing on the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
Because if you hang around, like people can tell you who you are. If you hang around like a bunch of criminals, people will automatically assume that you're a criminal. If you hang around millionaires, people will automatically think that you might not even be a millionaire, but because you hang around them, you become them. Because the mindset that you hang around makes you like them. Man. So in this truth, if you hang around certain spirits, it can make you stronger inside the faith. Man.
And wealth is information. So people get a lot of us today, Jake, we're not making the money. You know why we're not making the money? Because we don't have the information to make that money.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that's the same thing. If you're around brothers that talk to you about, that can break down Isaiah 33 and 6, saying that wisdom and knowledge of the stability of that time, and break it down to a T, when you come out of that, when you go home, You got a new mindset because now you understand what's going on. You know how to conduct yourself in society. You know how to conduct yourself in crisis. And you know how to conduct yourself in chaos because you understand that whatever's going on right now is prophecy and it has to happen. A lot of these people will go crazy. Why? Because they don't know. They'll be panicked. They'll have panic attack. Why? Because therefore they had dreams. Therefore in 6 months they were going to get that money. But Yahweh had another plan. Woke up, boom, chaos. Now they're panicking. But us, we don't panic. Why? Because we know that it's supposed to happen. And actually, we're happy. Why? Because as this chaos is taking place, our kingdom is being set. You know?
This wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 and verse 22. For wisdom, which is the worker of all things, taught me. For in her is an understanding, spirit holy, one only, manifold, subtle, lively, clear, undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt, loving the thing that is good, quick, which cannot be letted, ready to do good. So basically how wisdom it taught us, man. You know, and certain brothers that have wisdom, they can teach you about certain precepts, certain breakdowns, and certain things, man. And you might see a certain scripture in a different way when brothers explain certain precepts, man, from a different angle, you know, because the word is like a two-edged sword, so you can see different angles of the word, man.
And also, obviously, knowledge in life in general. You know, in these true people will tell you about, because they've been through it. They tell you about, you know, like for example, when you go through a time when you don't make money, is that the end? Well, if you read the Bible, you will understand that Job went through it. A lot of, and David went through it when, you know, Saul was jealous of him. Saul wanted to kill him. He had to go to the wilderness and that. But the Most High was preparing him for the throne. So when you're in this truth, this is the school of life. This is the school that, you know, Jake needs. This is the school that every Negro and Hispanic need, man. Because you turn into a man. It makes you understand. In this place, you know, it teaches you how to go and rob someone when you're hungry. But the truth shows you how to, you know, have faith and expect the miracle side of things, where the Most High can really bless you. Do you know what I'm saying? So then you avoid the traps of Esau when you're in his truth. You learn to be more patient when you're in his truth. You might see your brother, your cousin, your friend like you went to high school with. He's balling, driving a nice car, same age as you. He's got his woman, a house and everything. But you live with your parent. But that's the Most High, because that's his consolation when you read the Bible. He had his consolation, man. Yeah. So when the destruction comes, it will come swift upon him. But you, because you didn't go that way, and you trust the Most High, what's going to happen? What will be your end? Your latter end will be better, because you're waiting upon the Lord. You did what you were supposed to do as a man. You get what I'm saying? That's very important.
That's why there's a verse in the scriptures that says, he that is first shall be last, and he that is last shall be
That's
first.
right, that's right, that's right.
And the first is going into the people that are rich in the society, that's succeeding, so on and so forth. And the last is going into the people that are in the lowly, meek estate. You know?
The first are the ones that didn't have patience. Get it by any means necessary. You know what I'm saying?
It goes back to Esau, you know? It goes back to that Esau spirit where Esau didn't care about you know, the long-term blessing. Right. He wanted it right now. He wants to see it right now, man.
That's right.
And yes, we know that the image of the beast is this system, but remember, Baal was like a physical image, and you know, Baal was carved. You know, so what this system does.
Like it's raining. Should we wait a bit or go? It's raining.
Let's wait a bit.
Yeah. All right.
So what this system does is it basically it carves you into a mindset of an Edomite, man.
Right.
Having that short-term mindset of Esau.
Right.
You know, want things right now. Get rich quick. You only live life once. Live it up.
YOLO.
You know, when our forefather Jacob had a long-term mindset, he didn't have a short-term mindset. He knew that if he was to sell that meat, to give him that meat, that long-term he was reigning for infinite, man. But that's what you see about people right now. They have that short-term mentality, man.
That's right.
You know?
Bring that up.
A good point to that is when you refer back to Exodus 32, I remember there was a point in time when Moses went to the Most High on Mount Sinai for like 40 days and 40 nights, and the children of Israel were fed up and lost patience and faith with the Most High Moses, because they were like, they don't know what to become of Moses. So what they would have done was, is find, let's just say, short-term success. They made like a golden path, you know what I mean? To say, this is the God that brought forth out of the land of Egypt, even though we know that wasn't true. It was actually the Most High and Moses and Aaron. But because that's our people, they just wanted everything now. They didn't acquire the quality of patience.
Lack of patience, man.
Yeah, lack of patience.
You know,
it caused them to conduct such a great sin.
Let's.
As the point I was making, when you refer back to Exodus 32, there was a point in time where Moses went to go on Mount Sinai to communicate with the Most High for 40 days and 40 nights. And obviously the children of Israel were like to Aaron, we do not know what's become of Moses. So then they pressured Aaron into making like a golden calf image to say that this is the God that brought us out of the land of Egypt. Now the whole reason why that occurred is because they lacked patience, they lacked faith, you know, because they wanted short-term success, they wanted everything to be now,
right?
You know, according to what their spirit decide. But that's essentially what they lacked was the key quality of patience. And also,
right.
We saw Aaron crumbled under the pressure that was brought on him by the Israelites. And also that's something that's going to happen to a lot of brothers. You know, a lot of them will be saying, yeah, I'm not taking Vanessa, I'm not taking the mark of the beast. But you know, when push comes to shove,
right.
When push comes to shove, they just don't know what's going to happen. But again, the story of Aaron, he crumbled under the pressure of the Israelites. And again, that's what our people lack, they just lack patience.
And also as well, Peter was telling you, I will never deny you, man. I'll never
right.
I'll keep it real with you.
Right.
And then, you know, we realized, Yahushua told him, he said, when the cock crows 3 times, that he's basically going to deny him. And Peter, I don't think Peter believed that he would do that, but, you know, Peter later on denied Yahushua, man. So that shows you that, you know, it's not of our will, it's the Most High that allows everything to happen.
Right.
If someone doesn't take the digital oil, right, it's the Most High that put in your spirit to not take that. You know, it's not of our will.
Well, like I need to read that part, you know, that thing, you know.
Oh, come on.
That because, you know, I need to read it. Matthew 26.
It's not of our will. So even in Scripture it says how they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb. That's how we overcome this system. It's not through our will or our works or anything. It's everything is preordained to happen, man.
Yeah, let me read that part, man. Yeah, and then you look and break it down. But that's very important, the point that you brought, man. You know? So it say, now Peter sat without in the palace, and the damsel came unto him, saying, thou also was with Yahweh of Galilee. But he denied before them all, saying, I know not what thou sayest. And when he was gone out in the porch, another maid saw him, and it's always the woman, man. Man, like this, let me read that again, man. We're gonna have to be careful with the women that we taking as wives.
Isaiah 4:1, isn't it?
Yeah, we're gonna have to be very careful because women will sell us out, man. That's a warning that I'm sending out to all the brothers in this truth, man. Women will sell you out. Be careful what woman you deal with in this truth, man. Because this is the time. This is no joke. The time for the rehearsal is almost done. Carry on, my brother.
Now I was going to just say, just a little point, say that the woman sold out Samson.
Right.
And he was a mighty man, he was strong. And Samson thought he had the spirit on him, but he didn't have it, man.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Now Peter sat without in the palace, and the damsel came unto him, saying, thou also wast with Yahweh of Galilee. But he denied before them all, saying, I know not what thou sayest. And when he was gone out into the porch, another maid saw him, and said unto them that was there, this fellow was also with Yahweh of Nazareth. All right? And again, he denied with an oath. So, man, I do not know that man or the man. And after a while came unto him they that stood by and said to Peter, surely thou also art one of them. So that's 3 times. For thy speech betrayeth thee, Then began he to curse and to swear, saying, I know not the man. Right? And immediately the cock crew. And Peter remembered the word of Yahweh, which said unto him, before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me twice. And he went out and wept bitterly, man. So you can talk about that. I want you just to read it so brother can understand, because sometimes it's not good paraphrasing, you have to read it. So brother's gonna, if the spirit is not on you, you might betray. That will put a pressure on you. We say you're not an Israelite, man. But this is the time to fast and pray. And you know what? When we pray, you know it's not about praying, say, Kala Yahweh, Shem Yahweh Shai, you know, Yahweh, you know, thank you for the food today. No, you don't have to pray, because Yahweh Shai did pray. Let me find out. He prayed for 1 hour.
Wow.
You remember that? And then he told them, Yahweh Shai. If I can find it. But that's important, man. Prayer and fasting, man.
And that shows you just gotta be humble, because when this
you gotta be humble.
gets released, you know, you just gotta be like, you know, Lord willing, I don't take the MOTB, you know, or Lord willing, you know, I don't take the JAB, because you don't know what your lot is gonna be. It's just man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man understand his own way?
That's right.
So the Most High is the one that directs our goings. So we don't know how this thing is gonna play out.
We don't know, man. We don't know.
You know, we know that there's certain men that will get salvation, but we don't actually know like the results of actually who's the elect and who is who.
Yeah, because you can't be arrogant enough to think that we're automatically not going to take the MOTB or the potion. We can't be that arrogant, because we've got certain brothers that are adamant that they're not going to take it, you know. But you can't be arrogant enough to think that, because it's all the will of the Most High. Like that's the definition of being humble and meek. That's what it's all about. It's not about speaking, because certain brothers try to exhibit the traits of humbleness by speaking in a low tone of voice. You know, they think that's being humble. You know, not really rebuking brothers, or you know, just exhibiting love. But they don't know that exhibiting love is rebuking. But anyway,
that's another thing. But I get what you're saying. What you're saying is very important, because people, you know, they think that being humble is letting the brother slide with his sin. No. Being humble is saying Yahweh at the end of it, and understand that if it's not for him, you can't make it. Because the brother say, like you said, what the brother say, you know, we don't know how it's going to pan out. Malak, when these people come and grab you, you don't know what you're going to do. But this is what we're supposed to do. That's why I want to read that. Yeah? So that's Matthew 26 and 39. And he went a little further and fell on his face. But I'll read from 38. He say, then said he unto them, my soul exceeding sorrowful, man. So the stress is coming, man. The heavy stress is coming, man. The heavy stress is coming.
Wow.
You see that? Hey, that's the cargo. That's the cargo helicopter, right? See this one? They're grabbing people. They come in your yard, they grab you, and they take you, and you go somewhere else, man. You don't even know where you're going. That's it. See that thing? Hey, that's the spirit we were talking about that thing came. And that's what's gonna come and grab niggas. This is serious stuff. Because when they come and say that, oh, you lot are the terrorists, or you lot are preachers of hate, what you think is gonna happen?
Let me get it.
And they're gonna roll out a big agenda on us, man.
You know, because
seriously, man, this is serious.
During 70 AD, we were running from the Romans because they were just massacred. They were killing any Israelite they see. They'll just kill them and massacre, man. And that's what's happening again. You know. So let me get out the precept. You know,
also before you bring that as well, those who were getting killed, they wasn't prudent. They didn't foresee the evil, because Yahweh told them.
Oh man, that's powerful.
Yahweh told them in chapter 20 what they told them. But you know, it goes back to what you were speaking about in regards to zeal. The zealots were very zealous. And Zakari, you had different sets of Israelites. They were very zealous, but they didn't necessarily have the spirit to recognize who. They didn't really have the spirit to recognize what Yahweh was saying, and that's why they got slayed. And the ones who escaped, they had the prudence to know what Yahweh was talking about, and they fled to the wilderness and established different civilization.
Bring no part out, man.
And that's symbolic, because our people, they don't want to flee away from Babylon, man. They want to stay in this situation.
Yep.
They don't want to run away and escape and leave her ways, man. They want to continue to remain here. So obviously, like on a literal perspective, that's what it is. But you know, like in the modern day age right now, like our people, they don't want to flee and leave. They don't want to hear what Yahweh has to say. So they're gonna have to perish, man, and get massacred by Esau. But yeah, Revelation 12 verse 17, and the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High, and have the testimony of Yahweh Hamashiach. And that's referring to like us, and you know, other camps like Great Millstone and the other camps that are out there. Like Esau's gonna come down hard for the men of the Lord, man. And it's saying that, you know, he was wroth with the woman. The woman represents the nation of Israel. So Esau's coming to kill our people and to come for the elect as well, which are, you know, us. But Lord willing, the Most High gives us the spirit of courage in that day, man.
And that's why that's a beautiful point, because it leads me to read this one. Matthew 26 and 38. Then said he unto them, my soul is exceeding sorrowful, even unto death. And that's Yahweh try, you know. So how much more us? How are we going to deal with the situation, man? They say, tarry ye here and watch me, or like watch with me. All right? And he said, and he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed. Because now how prayer is going to have to be. I don't know if it's how do you say it? Nehemiah 8, isn't it? 8 and 6. Where people bow down. In time of serious, we have to bow down. When you pray, you have to actually, you know, have like your rug or whatever and bow down and pray to the Most High. Because that's what the Most High, that's what Yahweh did. And he said, oh my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt. Wow. So Yahweh Shai, at some point, he was like, yo man, Yahweh, man, if you can take it away, man, that would be nice. So he did that, right? But then he said, no, may your will be done. So that means some brothers, they're gonna turn away from the faith when the pressure busts pipe. Yeah. Pressure will make you fall. Yeah. You might think that right now you got it, but when the real pressure comes, it will make you fall. That's why tribulation is like, also like the, you know, the master teacher. Like he teaches you how to really take pain, how to really examine yourself, how to really be humble, how to really be composed when the SWAT team come and knock on your door, man. But people won't believe it when the SWAT team come in your door. That's when your mom, your sister, your wife, your children, they're all gonna be, you know, they'll be like, no man, this guy can go. Take this guy out of the house, man. We didn't know you were like that. So you're a terrorist now? But the whole time they never seen you being terrorist. All you did is talk about what? I'm an Hebrew Israelite. And, you know, content the faith and, you know, defend the faith. But they're gonna say, yo, so you are a devil. Get this devil out of this. And your own mom, your own wife, your own children, your own friend gonna betray you, man.
I want to say that's a
no, he wanted to bring a point. And then you gonna bring a point, yeah.
So that's a good point you mentioned. That's what Yahweh turned and said, a man's fall will bring his own house.
That's right.
It's gonna come a point in time where they're gonna switch on you.
They're gonna switch on you, man.
You're suddenly gonna become to make you made the enemy.
Right.
House.
Calm. Hold up.
I was gonna say there's a reason why Esau's called a serpent, you know? Because what a serpent does, it wraps around his prey,
right?
And it twists it so hard to the point where, you know, even though it's trying to fight, it's like the prey itself, right? There's only so much it can do till it just gives up the ghost, man. You know, and the only people that will be able to endure that pressure and to fight it is those that have this word, this truth, and the Most High gives them that spirit, man.
That's right.
Fasting will definitely help you to break out of those chains, man.
Yeah, and praying too, and that's what I'm. Violent prayer, like serious prayer.
Yeah.
Like serious prayer, man. Yeah. We're gonna have to learn. When you pray, it's a very powerful thing, prayer, man. Fasting and prayers, both of them. Because now we have no choice but to pray, man. We can't just be like that, you know, idle and thinking that it's a game. Man, like right now, even if you're not working, you shouldn't be idle. Even you do, wherever you do, but you should add it up with, you know, going out to teach, reading your Bible, praying and fasting. being in your mind, be busy in your mind. Think about scenarios. What I'm gonna do when this happens. You shouldn't be thinking, oh, I'm gonna just watch Netflix all day. So when you watch Netflix all day, your mind go somewhere where it shouldn't go. You know, exactly, occupying the wrong thing. Man should be occupying the things of the kingdom, man. So that's what's coming. They're coming for us, man. And the Bible, like the Bible says in Revelation 3:10, the temptation is coming. The big test. You know, we went to class. This is our class. But the big exam is coming. So we have to prepare for that exam. So verse 4, he said, and he cometh unto the disciple and findeth them asleep. All right, and said unto Peter, what could he not watch with me 1 hour? So now you see that thing. Now when you connect that verse 40 to 69 and 70, that thing's deep, because could it be that, you know, Peter took a bit at some point he felt like, you know, man, I'm strong. He relied on his own strength. Or you remember every time something happened, what happened with Peter? He took out the sword, or he was ready for action. Or maybe he thought that his own strength, because he was sleeping. He was supposed to be, you know, awakened when the boss was praying. But we're like, no, that's nothing, man. We got it. A lot of Hebrew Israelites are like that, you know. Like, we got it, man. I'm ready, man. Knowing me, I know what I'm going to do. But you ain't going to do shit. Because you're going to understand who the devil is. Because Esau is a different beast, man. So when that time comes, so you got to be praying. And that's why he said now, in verse 41, and that's the admonition that he's giving us. Yeah? That's the advice and the counsel that he's giving us. Verse 41, he said, watch and pray. You see, watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. I say the spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. So when you fast, you're stronger. When you pray, you're alert, you're circumspect, your mind, you know, it's like it's open. You know?
I also want to say a point that so that's a very powerful point that you brought out, because you have Jake out there has, you know, like these Jakes in the world, they got muscle, they got like huge muscle, and they're huge, they can lift up weights. But then you got them taking out a jab, man. You know? Man,
like, before you carry on, man, so I'm at work, and at that point I'm working in a vaccination center. Big broly Jake, man, like, when I see him, when I saw him, it's like my world crumbled. I was like, a strong man like that took it. You see, the strong man, that's what the Bible say, man. It's not about your physical strength. It's about the spirit that's on you. Carry on, my brother.
So you got strong Jake out there, muscular, strong, heavy.
Hey, this brother calling us idiots. But look at him, look at the Mosai. Look at how the Mosai deal with him, man. look. Man is catching the purest of hell. But he's calling us, you know, demon and idiot. And that's the same wicked. Man, like, this is the people that will say, crucify him. Crucify him. Those are the people.
From West Africa. But yeah, you got Jake out there, muscular, strong, you know, muscle. But then the woman they told them, honey, take a jab, and the woman weakenized them to take a jab.
Right.
You know?
That's why there's a priest about you funny. He say, be as though, for those who have women, be as though you don't have any woman, man. And that's the reason why, honestly, if you got a woman, a little thing, or we men, you know, deal with it. But don't let her sway you. Don't let her control you. A woman, if you let a woman, she will want to have a baby today. Women, I don't like her. Like us, we think like, you know what, we can't have baby right now, because obviously when you read Luke 21 and Matthew 24, it tells you about woe to the women who are suckling, woe to them who are breastfeeding, whatever. Like, even say, you know, you better pray that, you know, Jacob trouble is not in the winter. Imagine Jacob trouble in the winter, Malak. Can you imagine Jacob trouble in the winter, Malak? It's going to be mad.
When it's snowing, man.
Right. Man, how you gonna run?
Needles on your hands.
How you gonna run? How you gonna do things? How you gonna move around? You get what I'm saying? So us men now, we think about this thing, right? But women, they don't think about that.
Yep.
If you let a woman have a way, okay, what she gonna do is she gonna make you have a baby in Jacob trouble. So be though as you have not a woman, man.
Yeah.
Gotta be serious in this thing, bro. This is military, man.
I'm like, women, they think about right now.
Right now.
They're not visionaries. They don't visualize the future. You know, if you talk, a woman thinks about present time. They don't think about tomorrow, man.
Right.
They think about getting drunk, drinking, and rolling on the floor. You know?
Yeah, and having fun.
Yeah.
That's why when you look at the great architects, because in order to be a great architect, you have to have vision. A lot of women are architects. A lot of men are architects. And that's why in Asian world, they used to liken women. They also used to liken the woman to the moon because she's constantly changing. One day she's thinking this, and the next day she's thinking that. So you just never know.
And let me to understand, like, who are the builders? This society needs men.
Yeah.
If they came and say, "Oh, we have to build a new town," who's gonna come and show up? Men.
Yeah.
Women in anything, just sit there and cook for us. So when I'm on my break, I can go and eat some food so I get more strength. But when I cook, when I build a house, you're gonna come and put yourself in that house. That's what you do, and make me babies and cook for me and take it. You can't build like I can build. You don't have the strength that I have. Yeah. So it's the time for women to be in the, to be in a rightful position and understand that, listen, if I know my position, then ultimately, Israel will be stronger again. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's very important, man.
And I would say that, let's say you had an island and you put women in one island and men in one island, who do you think will live longer?
Man, men will live longer, man.
They even done this. They were serious about that. Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, serious. What the guy was
Oh, you see?
Yeah, and the woman, they couldn't deal with it.
There you go.
They're gonna go mental, man.
Yeah.
What she gonna do when she in menstrual? She can't do shit when she's in menstrual, man.
Yeah.
It takes the men to go out there and build the firewood. It takes the men to go out there to kill, the animal that you're gonna put, and then you're gonna cook with the hunters.
Yeah.
You're staying home.
And that's
Take care of the house, man.
And that's what's really gonna make Isaiah 4:1 play out. They're gonna appreciate what a man really is. Because right now, men haven't really been appreciated as much in this society, man. But when a lot of these men die and they perish, that's when they're really gonna appreciate what a man really is, the value of a man, And they're gonna be fine with just 7 of them being with one man. They're gonna be fine with that because now they appreciate what a man really is.
Right. Right. And that's fact, man. And they will understand that when the time comes. That's what we're doing. What the Most High is doing right now with us, He's making us go through the trial and getting us ready to be the goal that Isaiah 13 and 12 is speaking about. But what He's going to do at the same time, He's slowly killing the niggas and the two-third with the JAB and every other, sword, and that will come, man.
Yeah.
The pestilence, whatever will come around, the sicknesses, wherever the famine. So when they die off now, then a woman will be humble before they come to earth. But now, let me tell you something. These women know what's up, man. When they're in the cars or they're passing by, they know about this Hebrew Israelite thing. Yeah. But you see, these women, they're carnal. They only manifest when they read something substantial. So so they're gonna have to be humbled before they even come to us.
Yeah.
So they know how to. They can't come to us proud, man. When they see you, men of the Lord, they're gonna have to be humble because they know what's up.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to go and wear some sort of long wear or whatever, So she can please you, man.
Yeah.
She's gonna come and tell you, listen, I have this, I did this, but can you help me? I want to change. And you're gonna put on trial. You see, this is your trial. If you fail it, the Most High gonna have to kick you out.
Yep.
There's people that come to camp, they tell me the truth, they join the truth, but they leave after. Why? Because they don't pass the exam. Yep. It's gonna be the same thing for these women. We're gonna make them go through trial. Yep. And only the best will be able to join us, man. Yep. Obviously, our spirit will be so, on a high frequency that we're gonna be able to know who is who. We have the women that are working on themselves for that day. That will be easy work. But them other one, hey, not everyone's gonna make it, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get to 2 Corinthians 10 and let's read that. 2 Corinthians 10 and 3, man. Because these work is the spiritual one, man. Like you're talking about the brolic niggas. The brolic nigga gonna be dying, man. You see the ambulance. That's probably a brolic nigga that got killed, man. Got stabbed up, cause man, you can go to gym, but that ain't gonna stop the knife. That ain't gonna stop the bullet.
Yeah.
But the Torah will stop the bullet, and the Torah will stop the knife. The Torah is the exemption, the mark of exemption.
Yeah.
The protection of the Most High will stop all of that. So that's what's needed here. Bring that out, man.
And I was also gonna say that a lot of these, like, I was watching a show, and basically it was a show about like this man had like 2 wives.
Right.
The look at me kind of show.
Right.
But the wives don't commit any kind of like lesbianism, but they have like a wife. And one thing I noticed about the show was that it's like he was trying to create this himself, the kingdom of heaven in captivity, but it can't work.
It can't work.
You can't have 2 wives in captivity, man. There's too much pushing and clashing, no matter how much money you have. So, like you were saying, they're going to be greatly humbled for them to really, come to a conclusion like, okay, I'm fine with having numerous women and just submit it to him.
Yeah, right now it's not a time to have, multiple women because they're not in that frame of mind, man. They don't understand what it is. But when they're humble, then it's going to be more easy. That's why everything is spiritual. The Most High going to have to manifest that spiritual side of things, for our women to really understand that this carnality only have, only goes so far. It has limits, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring that up.
2 Corinthians 10 and 3.
Yeah, 10 and 3 and 4.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds.
Yeah, can someone break that down?
Yeah, so when you walk in the Spirit, the scriptures say that the flesh profiteth nothing. So it's all about the Spirit. When you walk in the Spirit, the Spirit tells you where you go. The Spirit tells you where you need to go. So, for example, a person that don't have the Spirit, you may go somewhere where there's harm, and you might end up getting killed. But a person with the Spirit is not going to get killed because the Spirit's going to lead them to a place where he's supposed to go, where there's no harm. And that's basically what it is.
That's right, man. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, man.
And another thing that I want to say is that, it says the pulling down of strongholds. And what did Jacob do to Esau? Jacob was pulling down Esau's heel.
That's right. That's
so
right.
spiritually, we represent, Jacob, and spiritually we're pulling down this society, man. We're pulling down the strongholds by pushing out this truth, this energy.
That's right.
This vibration.
Right, because we're building right now we're building that spiritual temple.
Yeah.
And in us building that spiritual temple, which is building up that kingdom, which is in essence leading us towards the kingdom, is pulling down Esau's kingdom. And that goes to 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 9.
That's right. That's right. The book of Ecclesiasticus 24 and 24. Faint not to be strong in the Lord, that he may confirm you. Cleave unto him, for the Lord Almighty is God alone, and beside him there is no other Savior, man. So we're going to have to be strong. The Most High is calling us to be strong, man.
That's right.
Because if we're not strong, we won't be able to withstand, the trial and tribulation that's coming, man. Okay, so this is the time to get into the Spirit. Not trying to be carnal, not trying to seek, carnal means, for salvation, making out being carnal. There's no point because this kingdom is falling anyway.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? If you have a dream, your dream don't mean nothing right now because everything is now being, the new currency now is the portion. You got to have the portion to do this. You got to have the portion to do that. What kind of living do you want to have in such kind of kingdom, man?
Precept, my love. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31 and verse 6. Be strong and of a good courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them. For the heavenly Father, thy power, he it is that doth go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee.
Right.
You know, like you were saying, you gotta be strong, you gotta be of a good courage, man. You know, even the 7 brethren, they were courageous to take their death, man. And even brothers that might be martyrs inside this truth, you know, you might see the guillotine and start laughing, man. You know, you might start laughing when you see the guillotine, and you know, they might be scared to even touch you and just let you go because of the faith that you showed, man. You know, it says in the book of Job how when you see the beast, you're gonna laugh. You might see a lion rip someone's flesh off, and you're not gonna be scared, man, because that spirit is on you where, you know, you just don't care no more, man. You're just like you fully detached.
Yeah. Calm.
You know?
Calm.
Yeah, because the apostles were they were operating in that sort of vibration.
Yeah.
When they used to get beaten up, they used to rejoice. So they were operating in that sort of spirit. So the spirit's gonna come back to us.
That's right.
It says whatever you take it cheerfully. You know, that's another thing, you know, to take something cheerfully. You know, you might go through certain pains in your life, but you might be happy about it. Like, wow, the Most High is dealing with me, even though I'm catching hell.
Yeah.
You laugh about your pain, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's showing faith. You know. But yeah, man, go back.
Yeah. Well, calm.
Job 2 and 9.
Job 2 and 10, isn't it?
Job chapter 2, starting at verse 10. But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh.
Read that again. Read that part again. And see, that's what's happening with the woman. Man, you see, the scriptures for our learning, man. The woman again, come back, he never fails. Look what the woman said to Job, man.
Job chapter 2, I'm going to start at verse 9. Job chapter 2, starting at verse 9. Then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse the Most High and die. But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speak.
Go on.
What? Shall we receive good at the hand of the Most High? And shall we not receive evil? In all this did Job not sin with his lips.
Yeah, man, bring that down.
Job, in the time of calamity, Job kept his integrity, and Satan used his woman as a vessel to try and tempt Job to pretty much blaspheme the name of the Most High. So that's what's going to occur to a lot of brothers, because a lot of brothers seem to be proud to have these wives, so on and so forth. Because when our people hear that they can have multiple wives, they rejoice at that fact, and they start seeking multiple wives. And the Most High from the Most High's perspective, he's like, nah, you don't need multiple wives. But a brother might not necessarily follow his spirit, he might follow his flesh. So he's like, just paying to the Most High, please, Most High, please provide.
Provide a woman.
And the Most High might just give it. The Most High might just give him that, and then in the time of calamity, his downfall is going to be due to his wives.
Hey, that's dangerous. So if you got one wife, stick to one wife for now, man. That's all I'm gonna say. If when Isaiah 4, 4:1 manifests, then there will be no choice. Even the wife that's beside you, she will understand why you're taking all these women. You know what I'm saying? Because that time is there. But right now, it always don't create strife, situation, and problem. And you know what I'm saying? Too much weight. You don't need two. You don't only need one woman in this Babylon, man. You know what I mean?
Why would the Lord say they that have wives yes, but they have none?
You know what I mean?
Because really, now it's not the time to have a woman, man. A woman should be this word right here. That should be a woman, not these women that are around the block. Because
if you got one woman, if a brother got one woman, he has to end it. But don't try to get two. That's what I'm saying. If you don't have a woman, you ain't gonna go and take these worldly women. Or if he's a worldly woman, she has to be of a certain spirit. Humble. If you can go and take a humble, she has to be humble, man. Take a shamefaced woman, a humble woman, man. She been through a lot in her life. She learned life. That's why she's humble. She may understand who you are. She like your spirit. Ride out. Don't try to get two women. A womanizer in Babylon, or a prophet that's a womanizer. That's a disaster, man. Right. You know, that's a recipe to disaster, man. You have to be wise.
That's a powerful point, because the show I was watching, basically the guy had like 3 women.
You need to send me that show, man.
I'll send it to you on WhatsApp. The guy had 3 women, and then what happened was the end of the result was he ended up being in jail, man.
You see
because
that?
they sued him, man. They sued him.
The woman sued him?
Yeah, because he wanted numerous women. He brought a woman from South Africa to America, man.
Oh, okay.
And he also had a woman as well, another one, he had another one. So he brought all of them, and 3 of them were living in his house, man. But then at the end of the story of everything that happened, for some reason, the guy and the 2 women plotted on him and brought him to court and started like a case on him, basically for him not to. What do you call that case when you don't want someone to basically like meet a restraining order, basically?
Yeah. Restraining
She said a
order.
restraining order on him. The court system, they allowed it. She wanted to do another one, and basically they didn't allow that one to happen. But more of the story is, man, is that now he's homeless, man.
So he went jail. You see the trouble, you see the journey that the man took trying to be something you're not. That's when you're something you're not. That's when you're trying to be something you're not. In this truth, you gotta have to learn to be who you are. I mean, don't try to be something you're not, man. Yeah, come brother, be a come brother. Look, women and that, all of that will come in the kingdom. You're gonna have multiple. A lot of these brothers that don't have women, they're gonna have the most women in the kingdom, man. So.
And as well, the woman as well, yeah, that he brought from South Africa. Now she's living in America with her children, and now she basically used them for visa, man.
Yeah, of course. That's what's happening because he was trying to be something. It was too hard.
Yeah.
He was very. He didn't understand. Yeah. He's a Jake, right?
Yeah.
He didn't understand the curse of the Jacob curse.
Yeah.
A lot of people go through hell because they don't understand the Jacob curse. And that's the benefit when you're in this truth, because you understand the Jacob curse. So you're careful what you do. Like you say, like Paul say, you know, all is lawful, but all is not expedient. That's the word, expedient. Come on, man.
And even certain jakes that do have one wife, they get them astray.
Of course, the wrong wife will destroy you, man.
Yeah, because I believe there's a YouTube channel called Watchmen. I'm not sure what it is, but that the brother allows his woman to teach, and essentially he's getting led astray because he doesn't that's the right doctrine. He thinks that the Gentiles can be saved. He calls upon the name of Yah. He doesn't know the true name of the Most High.
He's a weak man.
Right.
And I admonish brother not to be weak man, man. The Most High calling us to be men. All right. Being a weak man is being over emotional. When you're over emotional, because you see a woman, spirit and energy make you weak because you're all lovey-dovey. You know, when she cook you the food, you eat the food. Even if she doesn't even do it on purpose, but because the food is done with love, when you eat it, it gets you and then when you go to bed and the thing that she does, you're like, you know what, I'm gonna make her teach. That's when you're emotional. That's why the most I don't want us men to be too emotional. Gotta be rational, man. Do not give your strength to a man. By him letting his women teach, that's him giving his strength to these women, man. You know?
I remember there's it was that episode of White It Out.
Yeah.
That woman called, she always has to put the name Yah and all that stuff, man. He allows this woman to teach and to just say everything.
Yeah, that's madness in Babylon, man. You know what I'm saying?
And even in certain videos, she will be talking 70% of the time.
Man, she got him. She got him. And you know what happened? 9 times out of 10, the woman end up leaving a man like that because once a woman sees you as a better male, her spirit now craves for the alpha male.
Yeah.
So she gonna leave you for the alpha male.
Yeah.
So you should never, ever show to your woman that you wanna be, you even thinking of being a better male, man. That's a deadly mistake. Because she's gonna creep in slowly before you know it, she controls you, man.
But some of these women, they like alpha males to break them down, man.
Yes.
You know? Yes. Like you know that game that you have like a bunch of blocks.
Yeah.
Press
Slowly,
yeah. You press the wrong one, the whole entire tower will just fall down, man. You know? She's gonna take as much information as possible. And then the day that you make her angry, she uses that against you. And then, wow.
That's deep, man. It's a whole science. Man. You got a precept, bring down, and then brother will read the 1 Peter 4, man. Yeah, man, this is the time we're in, man. It's about the knowledge, man. Getting the knowledge to survive out here, man. Yahweh Ratazah. You know, everything has to be Yahweh Ratazah at the end, because if it's not His will, you know, it's not happening, man.
This is Micah chapter 7, starting at verse 5.
Nigga out.
Trust ye not in a friend,
Right.
put ye not confidence in a guide.
That's right.
Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom.
Hey, read that part again, but that's very important.
This is
Because you
my-
know, brothers, they love a pillow talking after the fact. When they're in the bed and they're having they have the good jollof rice and a good whatever, a good love session, they want to pillow talk. That's why they want to pillow talk, you know. That's why they want to give all the information about all the brothers in the camps. Brother, need to stop doing that, man. Keep it thorough, man.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, yeah.
Micah chapter 7, starting at verse 5. Trust ye not in a friend, put ye not confidence in a guide. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom.
Shalom. Yeah, carry on.
Keep the doors of thy mouth closed.
Right.
No, keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom.
That's right. So that's your woman. So you have to be careful what you tell her. You know, the information, everything that you speak about is supposed to be about the truth. You know, or if you give example about brothers or whatever, you know, it's for her to learn how to conduct herself and how life should be in this truth. You know what I mean? Yes, man. See them young one, they love the truth. But the mom, remember that time where the young guy came and then he wanted to learn, but his mom, what did the mom do? No, the grandma. She just pulled him up. You know? So our enemy really are women again. That's an example. When she saw him, she just come here. Where you going? Yes, read that.
Verse 12, yeah? Verse 12.
1 Peter 4, and you start at 12. Yeah, man.
Book of 1 Peter chapter 4.
Any brother can break it down. You can break it down. Please.
So first book of Peter chapter 4 verse 12, and it reads, Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. Verse 13, but rejoice insomuch as you are partakers of your Hamashiach's sufferings.
You are
And when his
partakers
glory-
of Yahweh, you know, Hamashiach suffering, man. So you see, we have to partake, you know, of his suffering. You have to be, you know, participants, you know.
That means you got to suffer inside the
You have to
truth.
suffer inside the truth. This truth ain't gonna be easy at all, man. It's hell. It's brothers, you know, misunderstanding among brothers. It's gonna be arguing. You're gonna feel like you're not loved by certain brothers, you know, and then you got your family giving you hell, and you got society giving you hell, and sometimes it's lack of money, or you know, or you feel on your own, you feel like, you know, there's no love around you, you know, you have to go through pain, you know, and a lot of things. So that's why he say, read that 12 again, the strangeness. So it seems strange. It's like, what's going on with me, man? Like, I don't really understand it. So most I'm telling you, you know, read 12 again. 12 again.
First book of Peter chapter 4 verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. Verse 13, but rejoice, insomuch as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, you may be glad also with exceeding joy.
Right. You may be glad and receiving joy. So at the end of it, what will we receive? Crown of life, man. You know, governance, rulership, eternity. You know, our body will be made glorious.
Everlasting life.
Everlasting life.
You in the shop?
So everything that's happened to us is because the Most High is getting us ready, you know, for the time, for the ruling time, man. You know, the ruling time. Youngin, yeah, bring it out. Youngin, love what we're doing, man.
Isaiah chapter 53, starting at verse 7.
Bring that out.
He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth.
Hey, should read that again.
Isaiah chapter 53 verse 7. He was oppressed, he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth.
You know what? Read from 1 and go to 2. I want to talk about him being a man of sorrow. Read it from the top.
Starting at
And then
verse
jump
1.
and jump to the.
Who have believed our report, and to whom is the arm of Yahweh revealed? For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of a dry ground. He have no form, nor comeliness, and when he shall see him, and when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire of him.
Yeah.
We'll go down to verse 7.
What about the sorrow? You read verse 3.
Go verse 3.
The men of sorrow. I want the men of sorrow,
Yeah.
because you know,
He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows.
a man of sorrow, man. A man of sorrow, man.
And acquainted with grief, and we hid as it were our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. So jumping down to verse 7, he was oppressed, and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth.
Malak, I saw something, yeah. See that brother that jumped out of the car, yeah? With the woman that driving the car. So sometimes when the woman rule in the house, when she's in the driver's seat, it creates a certain frustration. And Jake is going through that right now, man. You know? But a lot of Jake go through that. Why? Because they don't want to come in the truth. Malak, as long as if you're not in the truth, you're gonna be, the woman gonna rule over you. But if you come in the truth, you come back to your senses. And even if you mean leave her to be in, because to be in man is very important, man. That was just a bracket that opened and that closed. You know? You see the frustration of Jake? You see the frustration of Jake? Jake is catching the purest of hell. You know why? Because Jake is wicked. Man see the men that are not preaching, man say idiots. For no reason. I haven't done nothing to the men.
That sounds serious out here.
Balak! Read it. Men of sorrow, man. We men of sorrow, man.
Yeah.
We go through a lot of pain, Malak.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't even discuss our pain. We don't even talk about our pain. But we go through a lot of pain as men of the Lord, man. You know? Yeah, jump to 7, man. Go to your point.
So verse 7, he was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before him, and as a sheep before her shearers is dumb.
Right.
So he opened not his mouth. He was taken from prison and from judgment. Who shall declare his generation? For he was cut off out of the land of the living.
Right.
For the transgression of our people was he stricken.
Right.
And he made his grave, with the wicked and with the rich in his death, because he had done no violence. Neither was any deceit in his mouth.
Right.
Yet it pleased Yahweh to bruise him.
Woo!
He
It pleased Yahweh to bruise him. So being in the truth is a very deep thing, you know. Being in the truth is deep, because Yahweh will throw you in the jungle, man. He will throw you in the dark. He will make you deal with frustration like you never dealt with. Some pain you never experienced in the world until you come in the truth. Isn't that strange? So that's why how people don't understand, especially if you're a Christian. Because in Christianity they say you come in Christianity to get better. So now the brother, let's say, oh, but let's say you, man, you're not the same since you've been in the truth, man. Since it's your so-called truth, your will, look at your hair, at your beard, man, you lost even your job, you're catching hell. Your woman, she would tell your sister, your ex-girlfriend would tell your sister, yeah, I used to love him and that, but since he joined them guys with the garment, man, I had to go because it's not the same thing. It's crazy right now. He became a bit crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, that's it.
Right.
See, because why? We joined Yahawashi, man.
Right.
But you have to think about it. Yahawashi was a king he was an angel that made himself man. He was a king that made himself a peasant.
Yeah.
Think about it, man. That's deep.
I got a precept. This is Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 4.
We bring that up.
Accounted his life madness.
Hey, read that again.
We fools accounted his life madness.
We fools have counted his life madness, man. So when in this truth, it's a madness for people around you, man.
And his end to be without honor.
And his what?
And his end to be without honor.
Right. Bring that up. Break it down.
So like the brother was saying how, you know, like people, like, you know, back in the days in the world, when you weren't inside this truth, you know, that they perceive us as you know, schizophrenic, insane people. But in that day, because it's a future prophecy, they were like, wow, like this guy was actually saying the truth. But you know, the best thing to say is that a lot of the great men of the Lord, they were seen as crazy, you know?
Yep.
Like,
Fact of
I'll
life.
give you an example, right? Like Abraham, for instance, right? Abraham was holding a knife and he wanted to sacrifice his son because the Most High, you know, wanted like a, you know, something to happen, right? So now a regular person will look at Abraham like, this man is mad. Like, how are you gonna carry a knife and want to kill your child? Like, this guy is absolutely crazy.
But he was displaying faith the whole time.
Exactly.
And you know what he shows? Tunnel vision.
Yeah.
In his truth, you have to manifest tunnel vision, man.
Yeah.
Carry on, my brother.
So, you know, like, you have, like, all the great men of the Lord look crazy to the regular person, man.
Yeah.
You have to look crazy, man, because, you know, that shows that, you know, you're really, you know, faithful to the Most High, man.
That's your test, man.
You know, like, no one is wearing this over here. We look crazy.
Hey, Malak, I didn't wear, because I didn't wear my garment, today I forgot, let me be real. I had to stay beside, I don't even have to say it here, but because of what you say. Yeah. For some reason I didn't bring my garment, I was rushing, but I couldn't even come in because I think to myself, I feel like naked without my garment. But yet, the people outside of the temple, they're feeling crazy with our garment on. Yeah. But you gotta be in the truth to understand what's going on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, it says, again, Isaiah chapter 53, starting at verse 10, yet it pleased Yahweh to bruise him. Yeah. He hath put him to grief. When thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin, he shall see his seed, he shall prolong his days, and the pleasure of Yahweh shall prosper in his hand.
That's it, man. That's it, man. Yahweh was so pleased. You know why? Because although he looked terrifying, that situation looked terrifying. The Most High saw the salvation of his people. That's how you know that he loved. So when we go through trial, and because the Most High, you know, wanna do us good, man. We're gonna read one last precept, man. 2 Corinthians. Someone get 2 Corinthians 4 and 8.
That shows that the Most High is tunnel vision.
That's it, man. That's it.
Because, you know, for it to please him, I believe personally that you know, it pleased them in the sense of like a sacrifice, you know.
That's right.
Because when the Most High, you know, I believe let's look at how the Most High complains about what they did to his son.
Right.
You know, so you know, the Most High is definitely angry with what Esau did to his son, man. That's the reason why, you know, the people that pierced him, you know, they're gonna have to see our shout when he returns, man.
That's right.
But yeah.
Yeah, man. So let's read 2 Corinthians 4 and 8. You know, and then we jump to 16 and 8, 16 to 18, I believe.
In 2 Corinthians chapter 4, starting at verse 8, we are troubled on every side.
We are troubled on every side, man. Look in your life look at your life as a Hebrew Israelite, man. That's hell, man. That's hell, man. Carry on.
We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken.
Right.
Cast down, but not destroyed.
Right.
Always bearing about in the body the dying of the Lord Yahushua, that the life also of Yahushua might be made manifest in our body.
Right. Go to 16 and finish at 18, man. So we go through hell, you know, but we still keep the faith. We're still walking, man. We go through situation, but we never stop, you know, bringing out the word, man, no matter what. Man, like, even if you came to the point where you're on your own, ride it out, man. Because I will ride it out. Yahweh Ratazah again. But you have to be humble. You have to be humble. Yahweh Ratazah. But my heart, I want to ride it out. I want to be able to carry it. You know? 16 and 18.
For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man.
Hey, we look crazy, it's hard. Sometimes we look stressed out, you know. But what did you say, though?
But though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day.
Because your spirit grows, man. You might not look like, you know, you might not look all trimmed up, all nice, you know, because of this truth. But you're growing inside your mouth. Sometimes you look at this guy like, look at these guys, man. They don't even know what's going on. Because you grow spiritually. inside, you're growing inside. Although you might not take good care of yourself like you used to when you were in the world, you know, because we don't trim our beard, we keep it rough sometimes. You know, we don't wear the best, you know, thing because clothes is not really our thing. Because most of the time we're out to preach, we do our thing. We don't go out to rave and that. We don't go out to look for women to do this, so we don't really, you know, put, you know, a lot.
Best garment.
Yeah?
Well, our best garments.
Yeah, we don't put our best garment. That's it.
Because really, we're heartbroken, man.
Yeah.
We're literally heartbroken to
Of
the
course.
point where we don't even care how we look like.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's all the pain and like just the stress. It's like, you know, even if someone in the world was to ask you like, what's wrong, what's the problem, they're not gonna understand where you're coming from.
Exactly.
Because they don't even know like what we're soon approaching, man.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. Carry on, Alex.
For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory.
Right.
While we look not at the things which are
Hey,
seen.
for our light affliction. So all of that is light, man. Which is but for a moment. So this thing ain't gonna last forever. You know what I mean? It's not lasting forever, man. Yeah, carry on.
While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
Exactly. So what we see right now, our situation and everything, you know what I'm saying, ain't gonna last forever, man. You know what I'm saying?
that's the real definition of tunnel vision, to
And that's it, man.
believe in something that you can't even, your mind can't even comprehend
That's right.
what you're heading towards, man.
That's it, man.
Like,
Yeah, but with that, you know, obviously, you know, we have to come out week in and week out to, you know, edify Israel. So we hope we are edifying. Balak and he goes out.
okay, so with that, man, we're gonna face the east. Give all praises to the Heavenly Father.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Waha, Rakah, Padash, Kwam Yasharala, Abad, Babal, death to Babylon.
Yeah.
We out.